Howdy folks, this is Checkers and this is No Man's Sky, and today we are going to take a look at starting a new game in No Man's Sky. So first thing we do, play game, new game, and whatever you do, don't click on this camera down here. It doesn't seem to work for me. The only way to get out of it is Alt F4. We have this, which allows us to enter a URL, which I don't understand. Creative, which is basically unlimited everything. Permadeath, which is what it sounds like. Survival is more challenging with more limited resources and increased hazards, and then normal, which we will do. So, we start the game in normal mode. We see No Man's Sky, and we travel through the stars. Okay, now your keybinds are probably going to vary from mine. This is the left arrow, which is how we start. I believe it's typically E. And the game has sort of started, but consider this more a cutscene. You have no control, so don't be concerned. You cannot turn, you cannot move, you cannot use your inventory. What you can do is watch yourself slowly die, because wherever you start there's probably a hazard, be it heat or cold or toxicity or radioactivity. For some reason, the game delights in throwing new people into terminal situations. I have many friends who have the game and none of them like it for exactly this reason. We still cannot move. This is truly a baffling design choice to me. I would think you'd want people to get used to your game before you tried to kill them with it, but whatevs. We can hold tab to skip the letterboxing for whatever reason that is. So on the bottom left there you can see we have two shields, one with fire and one with a heart, or I guess it's a heart, not a shield. The heart is our oxygen, the shield is our temperance to heat. It's telling us that we should scan to find sodium, but if we were to try to scan, oh golly gee, our scanner's broken and you're still dying. Whatever will you do? First, we're going to get out of third-person mode by using the quick menu, coming over to utilities, and then toggling our camera view to first person. Now we need to soak up ferrite dust so we can fix our scanner. How do I know that? Because I've done it before. But if we opened our inventory, looked at our multi-tool, we could look at our scanner and see that we need 75 ferrite dust before we can scan to not die. And meanwhile, our tolerance to heat diminishes over... Whoop, wrong kind of ferrite. We want ferrite dust. And as you can see, our choices are more limited than we might prefer. And we continue to basically die. Okay, so we get our ferrite dust, we get the annoying thing out of the corner of the screen, open our inventory, come to multi-tool, click on the scanner, then we'll get this view. You actually need to click on this. That will apply the 75 ferrite dust and back out. And now we can scan, we scan, and we're looking for anything with yellow. Na, sodium. And hey, here comes that heat damage. Huzzah! And we have a shield up at the very top along with 3 crosses that are our health. The shield will hold it off for a while. We come down, find our sodium, pick that up, open our inventory, come to exosuit and hazard protection. Click on hazard protection and apply 18 sodium, and we are partially protected. Our normal shield goes back to full, and now the tutorial is going to want us to go reach a marker, but what I'm going to suggest you do is hunt down sodium and oxygen, so yellow and red diamonds. Kick off your scanner every so often if they disappear, and just come and use these, which again I believe is by default the E key. We're going to need carbon 2 at some point, but For right now, we really want our oxygen. Oh, here's a good pile of oxygen. That should keep us alive for a little while. We pick all the plants that we can. Come on. Don't be bashful. There you go. Okay, so we've got oxygen and sodium. So we can come back into our inventory, click on hazard protection again, add 16 more sodium, which doesn't quite fill it. The white bar below it by our heart is the oxygen, which is also a little bit low. We could click on life support and charge that with oxygen. This is a hazardous plant that will do damage to you, but it also provides oxygen. You can use your mining beam on that. Now our mining beam is at 32%, and since it's pretty much giving us all the things we need more carbon. So we noticed that those little pod-like plants had carbon. Let's soak up some of those. Okay, so now we've got carbon. We can come to our multi-tool, to the mining beam, add carbon too. Everyone loves opera, or at least they should. All right, so now we're relatively better off. We're still a little low on sodium. There's some over there. We're sort of heading in the general direction of the waypoint. This stuff, the dihydrogen crystals, will come in handy later, as will sodium nitride, as will pretty much everything. Okay, let's grab some more carbon while there's a good cluster here next to our sodium, because our beam is still only at 55%. And if you see like convenient ferrite dust, don't be bashful about picking that up. It's useful. Trust me. You'll use more of it than you pick up. Okay. Good. Now, this blue plant is deuterium, and it's basically a boost for your jetpack, which is fine and all. It doesn't last for very long. And if you go up too high and don't have any fuel, you will crash down painfully. Oh, well, look at that. We can feed the creatures. Where is our waypoint? Is over there. Coming back to our exosuit, our hazard protection, adding 20 more sodium in. There is a little bit more sodium on our path. The objective really at this stage of the game to survive is to keep yourself in sodium and oxygen and stay away from things that will eat you. Your mining beam can be used as a weapon, and a fairly effective one in most cases. And there is some sodium. Grab that, and there is our waypoint and a ship. Alright, this has been a first look at how to get started in No Man's Sky, and basically how to survive your first few minutes in No Man's Sky. Remember, what you really want are sodium and oxygen O2. They will show up in your inventory as sodium in this color and oxygen in red and silver. And carbon is helpful for your mining beam to recharge that. And you recharge items by clicking on them, clicking on the element to recharge them. And that's how you survive. I would like to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you found the video informative and maybe even just a little entertaining. I would like to invite you to subscribe. Thank you kindly if you are already subscribed. I'd also like to invite you to like and share if you so desire. Most of all, though, I would like to ask you to please please take care.